What I did want to talk about is another consideration for consolidation, and I'm not sure where you're going with this or if you are at all, but once again we've heard from the Auditor General who has discussed potential savings for the Commonwealth if there was a consolidation of our prescription drug purchasing within state government. Okay, so I know that's still being discussed. He estimates that about $50 million could be saved annually by consolidating prescription drug purchases, and another $150 million could be saved by pooling with New York and New Jersey. I want to go on record with some very current practices here to make sure that they're all in consideration when he says that. And I'm sure you're aware that since April of 2009, the Commonwealth has been participating in what they call the TOPS program, or that's the top dollar program. And we do that in conjunction with a number of states, Maryland, Louisiana, Delaware, Idaho, Nebraska, and Wisconsin. So that program provides a state Medicaid pharmaceutical purchasing pool, which is great. And also the Commonwealth is a member of the acronym MMCAP, which is the Minnesota Multi-State Contracting Alliance for Pharmacy, so now you know why they use the acronym. But that's another 45-member state voluntary group purchasing organization, so for healthcare facilities. That on top of our own department's preferred drug list program, the increases in some of the rebates along with the Part D prescription drug purchasing. When you look at all of that combined, do you still see that as an advantage, as the Auditor General does? Do you think there would be additional savings or an opportunity to expand the usage? How are you looking at that? I was concerned that we weren't looking at it with the most up-to-date information with regard to what we're already doing.
Representative, I've not seen the specific report by the Auditor General. I think there, I think at a high level there's an intuitive appeal, right? You talk about consolidating. I think it is we have about 17 drug programs across 9 departments of state government. And so there is an intuitive sense that, geez, if we consolidated all of these, wouldn't there be savings? And perhaps there may be, though I'm mindful that we run a number of different programs with different requirements. In some areas we have federal requirements and mandates that we have to abide by. You have, for instance, in the Department of Military Veterans Affairs, my understanding is that they buy off directly off a federal list. And then, probably everything in between from, state funded only. Certainly the PACE program comes to mind is a huge area of state purchasing, as well as for our Commonwealth employees through PBTF. And so I guess I think certainly if there are savings in these areas to be had, we certainly want to take a close look at how to achieve those, and if in fact they can be achieved. I guess my hesitancy here is simply to acknowledge that, again, with all of these different programs and all of these different requirements, what may seem intuitively appealing at a high level may not necessarily translate from an operational level when you're buying from different lists or under different sets of requirements and the like. And again, the savings figures I think are hard to necessarily quantify from here, but I think any potential savings opportunity out there, we certainly, to your point, have to explore because the fiscal pressures that we're under, we simply can't avoid, and particularly in areas where we're spending huge amounts of money, large numbers of resources. We have to look if there are savings that can be achieved, and certainly with your question, I'll go back and look at that Auditor General report, and
we just want to make sure,
right,
that it's accurate numbers based on the programs we have in place now, and we're in total agreement that efficiency is key here. So just want to make sure that we're following that closely by virtue of what you stated. This is a very big aspect and expenditure for the state.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.